Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie, for those of you who are new here, and for those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a DIY tie-dye edition. So I have a couple blank shirts here, some socks, and a tie-dye kit that I got from Target. If you guys are interested in getting it, I'll try to link it down below where I did get it and other places that you guys can get it from. So the reason that I wanted to do this today is because I feel like tie-dye is really in style right now, and instead of paying the high dollar price of getting a tie-dye shirt, why not make it? So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to make your own. So for today's project, which is a tie-dye at home, you're going to need about 5 to 7 white shirts, 5 to 7 pairs of socks. It really doesn't matter if they're new or not. You could even take your old white socks and your old white shirts so you can do this project. I bought one tie-dye kit. I got this from Target. It took me a little while to receive it. It actually took me about 2 weeks. But yeah, this tie-dye kit is from Target. And the only additional item that you will need is a bowl. So without further ado, let's get right into this tie-dye. Also, excuse my nail for today's video. I did break it and it doesn't look really eye-appealing, so excuse that for today's video. But yeah. So these are the items that come in the tie-dye kit. As you can see, it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4. It comes with 8 different colors, and each of these colors are powder. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but these are all powder in all of these tie-dye things. So the only thing that I added that are mine are these plastic Ziploc bags and this what's it called, turkey baster. This is completely clean. It hasn't been used for anything else, so that's there. Inside the box, inside the tie-dye kit, there was actually a full instruction manual. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm actually gonna follow everything that, so I have about 7 shirts, and in here it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 different ways that you can tie-dye. And the instructions are all right here, if you guys can see that. So that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing. So it comes with different techniques that you can do the tie-dye in. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna be doing with the shirt is I'm actually gonna be wetting it itself. I'm gonna be soaking it. There are 2 different methods of tie-dye. You could do it dry or you can do it wet. I'm choosing to do it wet today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dip this into the water bucket that I have right here. So I'm just gonna submerge it in water. And I'm gonna make sure it's really nice and wet so that, yeah, so I'm just gonna soak it. And then once I've soaked it, I'm just gonna wring it out. Make sure that there is not an overly amount of fabric wet. So yeah. So before you start tie-dyeing, I recommend that you get a really good workspace so that you can feel comfortable and you don't have to worry about getting it dirty or anything. So I'm just gonna fan it out. So now that my shirt is all nice and wet And like I said, I am on a plastic liner, so I don't have to worry about any of it. The first technique that I'm gonna be doing today is the swirl. So I'm just gonna be swirling it right in the middle. So hold on tight to your swirl. Like, make sure you have a good grip on it in the beginning of it, so that towards the end, it doesn't get too hard for you. So you're just gonna wanna, kind of like a cinnamon roll. That's what it looks like in the middle. So go ahead and continue to do that. I know that not every single piece of fabric is gonna want to go into the little twist, but you're just gonna have to make it, okay? So just continue the twist all the way around. Keep twisting it all the way around. You have to kind of guide it because it really doesn't want to, but you have to make it, girl. You have to make it go. Or gentlemen, you know, tie-dye is universal. You can choose. You can do whatever you want with it, and it doesn't really have to be perfect. As a matter of fact, the more imperfect it is, the better it's gonna be for you, because it's gonna be more unique to your style. So I'm not gonna stress on how perfect it is. I'm just gonna go ahead and start rubber banding it. So yeah. And then, you know, sometimes it does mess up in the middle of you rubber banding it. So don't be scared, you know, it happens. I'm just gonna show you that you can always start over. So here we are again, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it all over, just because when I was tying it, it didn't really do what I wanted it to, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to do it faster. Maybe doing it faster will help me, but yeah. Since this is my first time doing it, I'm not a professional, nor am I claiming to be. So these are gonna be like very unique to me, because I'm creating them and I'm being open and free about it. But yeah, so I'm just gonna continue to roll it, and then once I get it all rolled up, I'm gonna go ahead and attack it with rubber bands. So anywhere I feel like I need a rubber band, where there's like cloth falling out, like see right here, I want this to be like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep putting rubber bands in it. So I'm gonna continue to do that to the rest of my shirts. I'm gonna show you one other technique that I'm also gonna be using today. So this is the swirl technique, and I'm just getting them ready for tie-dye, you know. And don't worry, like everything is super easy. Like if you ever need extra things, I think the only thing that you would have to replace is the powder, but you could always get rubber bands and things like that. So I'm taking another shirt and I'm soaking it. I'm making sure it's nice and wet. Remember, the key is to make sure it's nice and wet in the beginning, and then just wring it out as much as you can after. So the next technique that I'm going to do is the scrunch technique. So I'm just gonna scrunch it all up, you know, just scrunch it like if it's a scrunchie, and just scrunch it all up. I find that when it comes to doing the tie-dye techniques, it's actually easier to move around the fabric when it's wet. So I'm going to be doing this to all of my shirts because I want to make sure that I have all of them ready for tie-dye, and I don't want to, you know, be here all day. So I'm just, see, this is the scrunched one. This one was a lot more easier than all of them, than the swirl technique at least. So now that I just scrunched it all up, I'm gonna go ahead and attack it with rubber bands. And I just want to do it one time towards the middle. Just keep going. You make it however you want. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to scrunch these all up. So now that it's like this, all nice and tight with the rubber bands, you're just gonna go ahead and set it aside. And you're gonna continue working until you have the desired amount of shirts and socks that you want. So I just went ahead and put on some gloves, the gloves that the kit came with. I'm gonna go ahead and pick my colors. I've chosen turquoise and fuchsia to do the swirl technique with. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some water in my turkey baster. And just so you guys know, I did spill out about half the powder so that the color wouldn't be so intense. The stronger you want the color, the more powder you leave in the bottle. So since I want my colors to be very subtle, I just poured out about half. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill up the little tie-dye bottle. And this is where the turkey baster comes in hand. Comes very handy. Okay. Now that you got your colors ready, you can go ahead and get started. Now the first one that I'm doing is the one that has the swirl. So I'm going to be doing the turquoise one. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it all over. And like I said, this is why it's important to do it on a surface that you don't mind staining or getting dirty. And then you also want to flip it over and add the rest of it. It really is on you what pattern you want to do. I'm just doing it like all over wherever I can, but I'm not trying to use the whole entire thing. So if you get like water on your table or any surface, just go ahead and run your shirt over it so it can absorb the color. So yeah, just going ahead and making sure that there's enough color in it. Oops, almost grabbed the wrong one. But yeah, just making sure that there's enough color so the tie-dye could stick. Okay. So there's the first one. Just want to clean it up, make sure that there's no other droppings of color. Okay, so here's the first one, and then this is the scrunchie technique that I showed you guys earlier. Be careful because, you know, there was previously blue. See how it's stained so quickly? Just go ahead and put the pink / purple one. Oops, and it looks like this is not closed all the way, so just be very careful. Also be sure to mix the colors. Sometimes get too excited, you know. But yeah, just putting this everywhere. So set that to the side. And then I made another one on the side, so I'm gonna use half of it. Right, half of it. And then the other half turquoise. And then once you've done that, you want to go ahead and put them in any type of Ziploc bag where they're not going to be in the way, you know, out of the way, nice and neat. And try to keep the same colors in the same like general location. Like don't try to put too many different colors together because that might end up looking not so good. So for anything pink, you know, leave it together. But once everything is done and tie-dyed, you're just going to want to leave it in a Ziploc bag like this for about 72 hours. At least that's what the instructions say. It could be sooner, it could be less. It just really depends on how long you're willing to wait. For me, I'll probably end up washing these tomorrow in the morning. But it's completely optional It's completely optional how long you want to wait for your tie-dye to be ready. So yeah, this is pretty much the first step. Very easy. Everything has been super easy so far. And yeah, this is what it's looking like. So now, after it's been about 24 hours or 8 to 6 hours, you just want to grab your tie-dye that you have set aside. Open up each bag and just carefully remove the rubber bands so that they don't rip and maybe you could possibly reuse them. So now what you want to do is you want to actually run it under water so that all the colored dye runs clean and that it doesn't transfer on your washing machine or any other clothing. So now that you have wringed out your shirt, you're gonna want to go ahead and place it in the washer. And then you're gonna want to wash each color together so that it doesn't bleed or transfer to any other colors. So I'm going to continue to do this bag here, but I'm going to show you guys how much soap you should be using per wash. So literally this is about as much as I'm going to be using for this and these. So you can customize the amount of soap that you're going to be using depending on how much clothes you have to wash. So I'm going to continue to keep on rinsing all of these out and then I'll show you guys the end results. And this is what I mean by when the water runs clear. The water should be clear when you're wringing it out so that it doesn't transfer to any other items, clothes, things like that. So at the end, this is how your shirts should look after you wash and you dry them. You can always go back and re-tie dye them if you find that some of them didn't come out exactly how you wanted them to. But this is the way my shirt came out. I really do love it. I even tried to match my makeup today to it. As you can see, I did a little bit of pink underneath my eyes. I encourage everyone who is bored at home to try this DIY project because it's really fun and you get some really cute clothes out of it. So this is gonna be it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed this little DIY project. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow me on all my social media platforms. Have a good day or night wherever you guys are, and be posted for more. See you guys soon. Bye.